Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, featuring today a 1 vs 1, a Monday Novice fight on Semois. In the darkness of Semois, two novices shall be clashing in a fight for novice dominance. We are already seeing hayoukin fighting for the Americans, fighting for the 15th Infantry Division, setting up the barracks. Hayoukin starting out with a jeep as well. Interesting enough, we are at the same time seeing Elite Division. Something tells me this might be a bit of a misnomer, though of course I could be wrong. Nonetheless, he shall be taking on the reins of the 708th Bodenständige Infanteriedivision with the 3 pioneers. Start a bit more aggressive. Interesting enough, again, Monday Novice fight. Interesting to see. He's hoping to perhaps seize a bit more territory early on. Denies the Yanks, and what the devil's he doing? Yes, Monday Novice mistake number 1. You know, don't ignore the fuel point right next to a base on Semois. Yes, I know it might sound a bit unorthodox, but really, it's a bad move. You need fuel. In particular that one, since it's pretty much the... And this, of course, he intends to go all the way down there, which is not good either. So, bad move there, Bob. Kindly move back, Bob, and secure that fuel point for the glory of Uncle Sam. And meanwhile, pioneers moving in, running into a rather nasty jeep, charging in. Rather aggressive work right there from hayoukin. Engineers joining in, and pioneers immediately running into the church, screaming sanctuary in German, which I don't actually know how to scream. In German, that is. And opening up with their MP40s. Again, note this building is not really suited much for infantry. Again, only a few windows can be shot out at any one time. Unless, of course, you actually somehow manage to blow a lot of holes in the building. But again, the pioneers are not really set up for that. And he's actually charging in the jeep too close. My goodness, hayoukin. I think you might be a bit too aggressive. I mean, you're the US Army, not the Japanese Army, and you're not going Banzai. Or Saudi now with the Soviets. So, you know, cautious a bit of their Volksguns hiding over here, hoping they will not be caught by neither their commander or the opponent. Get moving! Los geht's! Schnell, schnell! Dummkopfen! Anyways, I mean, the Bodenständige Infanteriedivision was a rather, interesting concept, rather set up there to man the coast alongside France, Holland, so on, in the entire West Wall, in fact. No, the Atlantic Wall, actually, the West Wall was something, again, so many walls to keep track of. Pioneers are getting attacked again, they need to retreat. Rückzug, Stellungswechseln, nicht into das Kirchen. Volksguns arriving, and don't! Enemy unit down. He's lost the pioneer squad, and then he immediately proceeds to run in the Volksgun squad again. He's not going to do much again. Only one unit can more or less fire out at the sides at any one time. Well, except for here. In fact, that's a bit more of a rarity, but still, I'm not entirely sure what's going on here with the Elite Division. So far, there's definitely nothing elite. And hayoukin charging right into the MG, which is set up wrong. Oh dear. Definitely nothing neat about him. Pointed in the direction of the enemy could be considered a clever move by some players. Although I'm sure some more unorthodox masters might suggest pointing it in the wrong direction. Well, I mean, the opposite direction, not the wrong necessarily, of course. Pioneers continuing, engineers already. The hayoukin is securing lots from that. But again, he's not secured the resources close to him, which is quite mind-boggling. I mean, again, he's definitely got something going for him. I mean, he's being actually very aggressive, incredibly, but still, he might be missing a point or 2 or 3, just saying. Supply lines are broken. But the Bodenständige Infanteriedivisionen were that, static infantry divisions, primarily composed of, well, low-quality infantry, not exactly the best and brightest of the Wehrmacht. They were basically just meant to hold position, of which they were then, of course, just given troops where the German high command figured they can do the trick. And so they got the weapons they needed, sort of, although in many cases they were basically just handed whatever was lying around the reserves, which basically meant either French, Russian, or Czechoslovakian artillery. And again, note, Volksguns here not doing well and not doing a lot of damage. Again, there's a reason you don't, see a lot of player stuff infantry in this building, because again, they're not going to do much. Down to one Volksgun here. Flamethrower pioneers, Flammenwerfer Pionieren. That's at least something. Also note, none of this territory is currently connected. Volksguns need to retreat. Rückzug. Leave the place. Unless you want to die there completely. Pioneers charging in. Jeep rolling in. Come on, get those Volksgrenadiers out of there. And hayoukin, you need to connect some more territory. Of course, even despite, having rather low quality infantry, they were still stripped for manpower as the Eastern Front demanded it. And in return, they were given the Ostbatalionen, which were basically, volunteered, in quotation mark, volunteered troops from the Soviet Union, or former prisoners, given the chance of, joining the Wehrmacht or rotting up in a prison camp. And by some dint of sheer insane luck, the Volksgrenadiers make it out of the MG, though managed to suppress and send away the riflemen right there. Small victory right there for Lead Division. So again, a rather interesting thing. And again, the Osttruppen were not necessarily of high quality. Some fought quite well, but others, sort of just surrendered on the spot. And whereas, of course, that once they'd been handed over to Stalin, they get shot. So fun little fact there. Well, usually, if they only got there after the war would end, in which case, again, they would have been shot or sent off to the Gulag. Certainly no happy times. More Wehrmacht troops streaming in. A sniper now. Volksgrenadiers trying to secure points. Finally, hayoukin is securing the points nearby him. That's nice. He's got 4 rifleman squads and a Jeep. Keep moving in there. Volksgrenadiers opening up on that vicious Willys Jeep. Overall, though, this Bodenständige Infantry Division was meant to actually be in working coordination with some strongly prepared positions. Trouble was, the majority of the time there was nothing like that, so they would generally not hold up very well. In some cases, they got rather shortly annihilated, particularly also parts, just vanished due to, again, Osttruppen not being the most reliable troops. Rather than charging in here right in front of the MG from the church, and again streaming into the building. In this case, this is not bad. 6 guns versus this. Could work for the riflemen, although sending in both squads seems a bit overkill. Unless, of course, there's going to be a sudden sneak attack from all other sides, it's not going to do much. hayoukin actually loses a unit now, an engineer squad. Sniper moving in, Scharfschütze. And he's also moving into the church. And the riflemen moving in from all sides again. They need to be careful. NG crew, in fact, taking heavy damage again due to the riflemen in the building. Although they're getting slowly drained down due to the MG and sniper. But again, troops in there and they're waiting outside the church. Sniper needs to consider getting out of there. He misses. He misses the rifleman. BAR's up. This is a very nasty move right there. With Zug. And actually, he manages to retreat by some... Whoa. Nice to see at least he's got some sense of unit preservation. But Browning automatics, more Volksgrenadiers moving in. Probably in this case Osttruppen. Die Truppen nach der von der Ost. Yes, probably something like that. Volksgrenadiers opening up. Riflemen suffering a bit. Though so far, it's nice to see, a player using, garrisoning. In fact, both are. But again, you have to consider, is the building suitable? And again, this church is not suitable for infantry unless you somehow manage to blow some really very big holes in the walls. Otherwise, it's only suited for snipers, MGs, LMGs, something like that, but not infantry with rifles. Again, let me make this very clear, not suited for infantry with rifles. Got that again? You have to sort of take that into account when, counting windows. If it's only got a few, not bother. Something like this, great for rifles. Alright, although again, MG such would work better here. Alright, and so on like that. Again, this not suited for rifle. This suited for rifle from this angle. Less suited from these angles, but still. Alright. So hopefully that shall sort of be part of your little itinerary for next time playing. And hopefully, of course, this fellow will also be watching and learning. Both, in fact, I hope. Riflemen charging in here against the Volksgrenadiers, although they are heavily wounded. Something to be careful, of course, with. Though the Volksgrenadiers are suffering a bit. Flammenwerfer Pionieren charging in. Probably not Ostpionieren, but actual pioneers were somehow wondering how they're bundled up with a bunch of Georgians. Jeep charging in some additional riflemen. Bit of mining could work well. Volksgrenadiers are continuing on, although these might need a medic pack or something similar. And we are seeing additional Volksgrenadiers coming out. And another MG, he's just training onwards. Rather severe tier 1 from both of them, of course, with the BRs out. And he's got 5 riflemen with Browning automatics. They're rather stuck in the infantry fight. Which, of course, could work well as long as, of course, the Wehrmacht doesn't go for anything silly or naughty, or say go blitzkrieg and calls in a Stu 42 at some stage. But rather hanging about a bit too long can also prove detrimental. And again, if he teched up, he could, gain a final upper hand against the Wehrmacht. So that is something to remember, but still rather aggressive play. But again, he might also want to consider taking out. And plus, of course, 5 rifleman squads are going to be draining him of quite a bit of manpower. hayoukin of the 15th. Pioneers moving up here again. At least, you know, both players are rather stubborn, which is definitely nice to see. Fraps not quite functioning fully. And again, why does he insist on stuffing troops into that church? There is nothing in that church. There are no sacred relics for you to guard. Indiana Jones nor Captain America or who the bloody hell ever is not going to appear and snap the spear of destiny or something like that out of that church. So kindly stop stuffing infantry into it. Would you be so kind? Rifleman charging in, just hordes of riflemen. Position not really good. And again, he's putting more Volksgrenadiers into the church. More, and these troops just need to retreat again. Know when to hold your ground. Know when to get the devil out of there. In this case, these should just have gone out there. MG gone again, and why? In the church, they will do nothing. Again, note. Barely anyone is firing. At most here, there are 3 that can fire. But again, this is not good at all. So much firepower from all the others, and these Volksgrenadiers are just getting murdered. Wasted, pointlessly. Sniper hasn't even been healed. He's gone blitzkrieg, but still... This is just awful. Sniper down again, not even healed. Gee. Engineers suffering a bit. Pioneers burning what they can. These Volksgrenadiers need to retreat. Rückzug. Verlassen Sie die Stellungen. And there we go. Eine Vernichtungsschlag. We've just seen... Well, in fact, 3 Volksgrenadiers... No, well, several Volksgrenadier squads gone. Pioneers, MG, Sniper, and he just needs to retreat. Get the devil out of there. Oh, no, again, you know when to retreat, know when to fight. In this case, again, he should just have retreated. There was no way he would win against this. Why he insisted, and now he's, of course, training more Volksgrenadiers. I mean, one can admire his tenacity, but again, you know, might something else, like, say, some stormtroopers. Mine goes off here, doing a bit of damage, but again, these need to get out of there. Again, you know when to hold, know when to fight, know when to get back and retreat. These troops are in no fighting condition. He should be aware of this. They're just going to get killed. The enemy's there. He's there. Again, you know, think these things through a bit. Instead, he's, you know, just wasting troops at a disturbingly high rate. I mean, he's going through them like they were, well, like he was a fat kid in a candy store with candies. For some reason. The enemy advances. And his Volksgrenadier is just dying like flies. hayoukin is definitely getting some kills, but he's also suffering a bit. But I mean, we are seeing some rather standard human wave tactics, but again, the response from Elite Division is not really good. And it's definitely not encouraging. MP40 is now being equipped with the machine pistol 40, although supposed the Ostrom would have had the PPSH-41s again somewhere, I think, equipped with Soviet weapons if possible. Still charging out of the riflemen. They need to also get out of there now. And... oh, he's not retreating. In fact, he's also making the mistake, you know, of having poorly healthy troops, you know, at the front line. That's something you ought to be careful about. Again, you could lose them. More riflemen streaming in again. Poor condition. These should not be at the front. These folks actually need to retreat. Oh. Get out of there. Get out of there. Oh, good. At least he's making some progress here. At least there's some overriding arc. He's not just, you know, punishing up here. He's also trying to do the harassment, a bit of movement. So in that sense, he's got it right. I mean, overall, I mean, both players have the right spirit. It's just their strategies and tactics. Oh, goodness gracious. Although we are seeing a supply up, so clearly hayoukin is sort of being inspired. And there we go. Oh my goodness. Sturmhaubitze has arrived from some Stug-Abteilung nearby, ready to support. Rolling through the night. Finally, the Volksgrenadiers can breathe a sigh of relief as something which the BARs cannot hurt rolls in, and they in fact clamped up, which is basically just, you know, gravy for the Stu-42, which, by the way, is probably going to be replaced in Combat 2 by the Brummbär. Brummbär? Whatever, sort of like that. The Sturmpanzer 4, which was essentially a Stu-42 on steroids. It was used the Panzer IV chassis, unlike the Stu-42, and had 100mm thick armor. Slightly sloped, in fact, but, you know, probably not enough to do a huge difference. And it had a 150mm infantry gun, you know, basically a howitzer with a rather big thing, you know, even bigger than this one, which rather meant it was rather excellent in attacking hardened positions from front on. Plus, I suppose, dealing with infantry and other fun stuff. You know, so again, something to have fun with there. And he's in fact retreating all of his infantry back to his base, which is probably the last place where they want to be when the Stu 42 comes to town, you know. You know, when the Stu comes around, you don't want to be standing around with your hands in your pockets and a nice bleeding target. Again, you know, do not blob around the Stu 42. Just don't. And in fact, this is what's happening here. And the Stu 42's having a holiday. He's got some airborne, which he's spread out a bit, perhaps trying to get off. And he's actually running a bit of sticky bombs, but he's moving up too close to the recoilless rifles, of which the Germans also had some, but they were actually much bigger. And this Stu 42 is probably going to go down. It does manage to do a bit, and it's certainly thrown off the American player, which Elite Division, what does he do with the time? How does he react? More kills, though. 12 kills for the Sturmhaubitze, but I fear it might go down. Brewed up, wrecked, blowing up some pieces of wall. In the meanwhile, the Osttruppen of the 708th are pushing onwards. The Stu 42 keeps blasting away. Oh, nice kill right there. Keeps killing. It is a dervish of high explosive death. Probably not a dervish. There was sort of more agility. Never mind. Pulling back and... Stop putting them in the church. Stop it. And these pioneers need to retreat. Again, this should be the spot where they sort of realize, screw high command, let's get out of there. And instead, it did not happen. Again, Elite Division needs to work on retreating troops in time. Again, he really, you know, if he watches this, think, I need to work on pressing T. Stu 42 down, at least he was trying to get out of there, but again, he's terrible in keeping his infantry alive. Another MG 42 up. Some full strength again. These chaps are doing not really much. Just sort of finding a way and sort of wondering, why are there so many dead Germans inside this church? Why? And why is there written in blood on the wall, do not listen to the commander, he's insane? Why, Hans? Shut up. It's clearly American propaganda. Volkskr's moving in, MP40's blazing, Jeep charging in. Volkskr's actually doing a bit to the airbornes, by the way, which veterans have won, increasing the accuracy and making them a bit harder to hit. Waffen moving in, MG not in a good position. Airborne getting murdered. Stu 42 rolls in. Rifleman not hit. And the MG42 dead again. Should have been retreated again. No one to retreat, no one to fight. Volkskr's in the middle of a horde of riflemen with BARs again. White, and a hole in the church actually gets blown, which could in fact open up for more troops flying out if there were enough alive to do so. And there we go. I mean, again, if you blow holes in the walls, again, troops can fly out of the windows. Little fun thing, but again, there's not enough to do so. And another Volkskr's squad left behind to rot. I mean, you'd rather think this is sort of, you know, the Hollywood German command, you know, just wasting troops in some sort of curious way. Yes, I, von evil, or von incompetence, will destroy you with my superior tactics, Amerikanischer fool. Now stand out in the streets and die like glorious German soldiers. Oh wait, and why is this guy with the from the Gestapo pointing at me? No, don't, no. Anyways, more Volksgrenadiers, pioneers. I'm sort of seeing a pattern. Anti-tank gun up now for hayoukin. The 15th Infantry Division is doing alright with a bit of support from the airborne, although they are certainly suffering a bit after they got caught with their pants down by a Stu. More Volkskr's pioneers need to repair that Stu 42, which blows off another shot. Gets off a few kills, that's nice. 10 kills already, in fact. Not bad, I suppose. More infantry getting sent into their deaths, although I suppose if they're Osttruppen, that might explain why he doesn't care so much about them. Bit of fire, another Stu shot. MP40 is once more equipped. He seems convinced about the superiority of the MP40. Panzerfaust finally finished, and that Jeep sends the crew on one very long ride onto the streets. The market square is no more. Volkskr's need to be pulled back, or at least get a medic pack. They are not in a fighting condition. Again, you know, troops also need healing. These chaps will die quickly and feed veterans to the opponent. Pull them back, give them a medic pack. When you have MP40, you can also give them medic packs. And no, instead he rushes them in and gets them killed. As predicted again, you know, Be careful about that. Again, do not be throwing away units needlessly. And again, Elite Division is anything but elite. He is constantly throwing away units like that. Again, he's not preserving his units. He's not retreating. He's not healing. He's in fact making a lot of, mistakes on the tactical, if not just human level. In terms, in human, empathy towards your own troops. Basic economics. I don't want my troops to die. If you have to look at him as some cold-hearted machine. So important to remember. Morse 242 fight. Oh, Rifleman squad. That's a small victory, albeit very small. Very tiny, in fact. Stormtroopers apparently not called in. Apparently he thinks he can do it all by himself, except with the assistance of the stew. I do not need some stormtroopers to mess up my battle plan. Stay away. Stay away. Something like that, of course, with some officer again looking over his shoulder and sort of going very, very angry looking. MG42 moving in from the front. Again, you do not send MG42s in first, you send infantry in first. Instead, the opposite's happening. Riflemen then proceed to charge into the MG42, which is also a bad idea. So Hayoukin definitely making a mistake there. Airborne moving in, BR left behind, and he's lobbing a satchel charge. Fun fact, a satchel charge is not really a good hand grenade. Yes, you've blown up that vile telephone pole, but they're not really killed anything. So again, not really a strong position. Stu 42 could now take advantage of the situation. Blow up the riflemen from the house. Sniper on the way. Scharfschütze.
Forces are ready for assault.
And some veterans. He could also have been helpful again with the sort of troops he's throwing away. Would not work well. Assault on the riflemen. Again, this case, in fact, and let's just briefly pause, it can be countered by just exiting a house. That means assault is immediately nullified. Let's see what happens. By Hayoukin. Nothing. In fact, he blows off the chimney. Good job. Could have been containing Allied spies or Allied airmen. Or British airmen for that matter, Always so many British airmen hiding on ceilings. Or in ceilings. Under the ceilings. Anyways. Anti-tank gun running away. Airborne dying. MG cleared out. Might be an ear to abandon the house. Or are you checking for relics? Or Allied spies? Coffee? Beer? Fanta? Now, of course, Hayoukin is in a bit of trouble. And again, although he's actually gotten both supply upgrades, that's quite interesting again. He's got some of it, but again, he's, way too keen on blobbing up, not spreading out, and again, not taking up fast enough. And also, not, also cheating a bit in time. But again, although our friend here, Mr. Elite Division, is definitely worse off in that department. But let's see, how he preserves. Vorwärts! Yes, victory is mine. It has been promised to me by the gods. Something like that. Rifleman airborne streaming in, a huge horde. MG in the church once more. Again, Indiana Jones, Captain America not going to stop by, not secure anything, nor... what's his name? Oh, can't remember now. Anyways, folks, guys, moving in. BAI equipped, folks, guys, with an MP40. And here's a fun little thing I like to just briefly pause. If you equip your folks, guys, with the BAI, pick it up, and then, of course, equip the MP40s, he will still have the BAR. So, little fact there. Rifleman squad down. Hayoukin's actually down 2 rifleman squads now, plus of course the engineers. Rifleman moving in through the MP40s again, not necessarily the brightest idea. More explosions on the church, blowing more holes, in fact, for troops to use. Strafing run, Volksreis need to retreat. Rückzug. Verlassen Sie die Stellungen. Gehen Sie nach Hause. Anyways, Volksreis squad down. Stu 42 with 24 kills. A recaller's rifle left behind could be secured by German troops. Another Volksreis squad. Los geht's. And what's going on here? We are seeing a tank depot going up. Interesting. He might be trying to deal with, of course, with the almighty Stu 42. The cemetery has been ruined. Point being retaken. Interesting enough, again, he's not bothered here. I mean, they are quite interesting. Again, they've sort of got the right to be, they're aggressive. But there's a lot of mistakes again. Hayoukin not really focusing on terrain, not checking up. He's a bit slow on that, whereas Elite division, just throwing your units away and again stopping units in buildings where they have nowhere doing, no place in fact. So again, that's a bit vital. Additional Volksgunners, I mean, he's really got, you know, the Volksgunner Award of the Month, I think. Well, at least getting them killed. I mean, I'm sure the Allies will hand him a very big medal.
We are losing a munitions sector. Looking for a fight.
Tank dev almost up. And again, I think that church has more dead in it in the cemetery that's got connected to it, which is not necessarily a good thing.
We have territory out of supply.
But tank dev up, let's see what's going on. Germans actually moving out, securing territory. And the recoilless rifle has been secured. A more heavily equipped Volksgunner squad. Yes, we have the weapons! We shall secure victory. Come, Helmut. I know of a great place where we can get a good beer. But we're going in the wrong direction. Shut up. Points being secured. Stu 42 could be pulled out a bit. Another MG 42. He's consistent, if anything. But definitely a lot of mistakes then. He could also benefit from, you know, perhaps getting a Krieg barracks or something like that. But now at least the recoilless rifle would help against anything that might appear from the tank depot from hayoukin. We are seeing a larger force moving up northwards. More rifle moving in.
300 points left.
MG arriving.
Losing ground out there.
Establishing a position here. How many units got he's got stuffed in that church? I thought we already had an MG there, but that might be me. That might be neat. Wiring off this. He's trying for the Semois pin. A bit late though. Bit late. But again, point for effort. Point for effort. Volksgunner here needs support. Stu 42. Sniper needs to move up now. Volksgunners need to retreat. He's actually doing it. Might be a bit too late now. Helmut makes it out of there. Stu 42 sniper moving up. Volksgunners could also be a bit assistive. Krieg barracks going up. Sniper going up. Stu 42 firing away. Tank destroying on the way for the tank depot. Points being secured. Getting a bit of action. MG42 burning, and there we go. There was in fact another MG42. I'm not sure where though. There we go. One Pioneer manning one. Rifleman charging in. He's a bit keen, you know, charging in. Just that without, you know, spreading out, making himself an easier target for the MGs. There we go. Suppressed right in front of the second MG42 and the Stu 42 again. Blobbing up is to be cautious. Another satchel charge. It's verlassen. See the. Yeah. You do leave the building when there's a satchel charge. Ow. Again, unit preservation, knowing when to stand your ground, knowing when to get the devil out of there. Another tank destroyer on the way. Another Stu 42 on the way. No attempt at a Tiger. Then again, knowing him. Perhaps for the best. Sending in some of the viewers' nightmares. Still doing alright, but again, you know, major mistakes on the preservation level. But again, points for aggression, points for having the will and the spirit to do something, instead of just hunkering down. I mean, again, a lot of players make sort of that mistake, and in this sense, I mean, they can sort of, you know, work out the more initial parts of the game, you know, iron out to sort of get better, you know, both at attacking. But again, they also need to work better on preserving units, and they also need to work a bit on teeing up. In the case of the Wehrmacht, again, both could also benefit from medic bunker, medic station, more mines. Anti-tank could be recruited, by the way. But also, you know, a Kampfkraft center would perhaps have helped our Wehrmacht friend a bit. Two tank destroyers rolling up, crushing through the barbed wire so carefully laid down by the Volksgrenadiers. I'm sure Heinz shall be most upset, in fact probably in tears after all that work. Tank destroyers rolling in, no mines to stop them, only a Stu. Volksgrenadiers could move in with the recoilless rifles. Bit of damage there. Tank destroyers firing away at the assault gun. A bit of damage there to the tank destroyer, in fact. Although that Stu 42 is going to go down. Somehow the Pioneers managed to keep it a bit going a bit longer. Volkskriegs moving in. MP40, Panzerfaust, I mean, could do a bit. Volkskriegs getting, hunted down. Tank destroyer almost gone. Another MG42 moving in. And the Stu 42 knocks it out. Suppressive fire though from the rifleman, that's good. These Volkskriegs will not be moving much faster. But moving in. Lots of machine gun fire being directed against the M10, but not really achieving much. Panzerfaust, the recoilless rifle will soon be there. Stu 42 down. Rifleman moving in, airborne moving in. MG42s need to turn about. And there we go. Recoilless rifle, Panzerfaust. Charging in. MG needs to turn about. Main gun destroyed. And there we go. They're caught in front of the MG out in the middle of the street. Heavy losses as the MG tears through them like a hot knife through butter. MG though gets cleared out, but there's the second one now opening up, continuing to pin them down and kill them. Volkskriegs charging in. Force of Faserland with a mix of MP40s, BARs, and recoil rifle, and then they move into the church. Again, note, not there firing out a lot, yo. Some of them again, only 2 of the windows there, a bit there though, so that's helping a bit, but still, overall, and another satchel charge. Leave the premises. He actually does it. Blowing a nice huge chunk out of the church. No mind. And again, moving into the church. Sniper opens up. Heavy losses for the American. 15 Infantry Division has been mauled, although again, the Germans have been taking a much greater mauling. But apparently again, Osttruppen absorbs it all. Again, a pretty grim, a pretty bloody Monday Novice fight. You probably wouldn't have seen losses like this, and definitely that could have been a lot of improvement. Again, the main issue here again, knowing when to fight, knowing when to retreat, but also the more interesting, dilemma, when to put your troops in buildings. Again, Elite Division rather failed on that one, rather severely. Again, this church is not really suited forward, but also retreating, knowing when to take ground, all that. But again, both players did show proper aggressiveness. I like that. Again, I've seen too many where they don't really do it, so again, nice to see, but again, unit preservation needs to be worked on, taking up all the support bits, work on that, I mean, really. But also, of course, it was a nice move to go for Blitzkrieg and try to catch the opponent with a Stu 42, because again, he had probably read his opponent going too heavy into the rifle with the BRs, and the Stu 42 was a great method to breaking that and really, punishing his opponent, so well done, at least in that department. It took a bit of reaction there from him. The tank destroyers were getting an attempt, but a Sherman might also have been on the edge to sort of support it. But there you go. Do hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, why not subscribe and tell your friends. And if you didn't, well, why not send out a replay of your own. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.